And he sat down next to me and he said, Jen, I hate operating on my friends. And I said, who are you operating on? And he said, you've had an aortic dissection and you need emergency surgery. Meanwhile, the surgeon came in holding a bag of potato chips eating and said, you've had an aortic dissection. And I said, I don't know what that means. And he said, cardiac tamponade is what John Ritter died of, and we need to send you to Tampa. And I said, no, not with that. Is there any way you can do that surgery here? Now, I really didn't know what an aortic dissection was. I just knew it was really, really bad, and most people die from it. I didn't know how big of a surgery he was talking about, but he did agree to do it at Venice Hospital. So, 6 hours of surgery, and I was sent to CVICU. Now, in my mind, when Dr. Dreyer said, you're having surgery, I'm thinking, I'm going to do great if I survive. I'm much younger than most of the patients I see, and I'll be sitting up in my chair and talking to my family in a couple of days. So good, just gotta live through the surgery. That is not at all what happened. There are so many things that can go wrong, and I just learned all about them at the lunch and learn last week. So many things that can go wrong with that kind of surgery. So I spent 28 days in CVICU, most of the time on a vent. I did pull my ET tube out 3 times. The last time I remember doing it, and it was on purpose. They were going to put a trach in the next day, and I absolutely was not having any of that. So I pulled it out. I waited till my family left, and then I pulled it out. And the nurse came in right away because all kinds of alarm bells go off. And I looked at her, and I couldn't really talk, but I made it very well known that she should not put that tube back in. I wanted to die. Don't do that. It's no more tubes. So she called the pulmonologist, and the pulmonologist said, let her be, put her on BiPAP, see how she does. If she doesn't do well, call me. I'll come in. Well, guess what? I did great. That was a mind over matter for sure, because I didn't want that tube in anymore. I didn't want to live with that tube in. And it wasn't just the tube. It was attached to a vent. Your world is this small, and there's lots and lots of things I can tell you about what happens when your world gets that small from that side of the bed. And I actually was going to do that, but the commercial didn't work, so we'll talk about this. So 28 days later, they tell me, you're ready for rehab. And they wanted to send me to the LTAC, which is across the pond from us. Great facility, but I knew that I needed rehab. 3 hours a day rehab. I didn't realize how hard that was going to be, but I knew that's what I needed. So I asked my partner, Cindy, if she could make that happen. Ginger was there that day, and Ginger did everything she could to make that happen. But my insurance company had to approve my stay. It didn't really matter who I was. They still had to have insurance approval. Imagine that. So they did it in record time. I got here on a Friday night. And so we tell everybody 3 hours a day. I had 3 to 4 different therapies. Every therapy this facility offers, I had to have. I had respiratory, I had speech, I had physical therapy, and I had occupational therapy. When I came here, I did have a PEG tube. I was on a puree diet and could barely lift a pencil.
Wow.
When I left here, I wanted to walk out, but they wouldn't let me. I did go out in a wheelchair. By the time I got home, I was able to take care of myself. And most of all, which I didn't mention through this whole thing, I have a 9-year-old son. And I was able help take care of him. He's really, really cute. And I think that's why I did so well. The rest of my children are grown and moved away. And so Gavin is a super special light of our lives. And when I got here, as I was doing my evaluations, or they were doing their evaluations, the occupational therapy rep asked, "What's your goal?" And I said, "Well, I have to be able to take care of Gavin. That's our life." And so she wrote it on the board. Every single day I saw that. Take care of Gavin. So when I left, I was able to take care of Gavin a little bit, with a lot of help from my husband. But I was home. So the first week here,